Apes on tape. Hello and thanks for joining us for Apes on Tape Sound Excited podcast number 8. We're here with Seattle band Tangerine. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
And we've got all 4 of you guys on here right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you could take a second to introduce yourself just so we know names and voices if people want to follow along on that.
Yeah, I'm Marika. I'm Marika. I sing and play guitar and some piano.
Cool. I'm Toby. I play guitar, and everybody sings a little bit. And I'm Ryan, and I play bass guitar.
And I'm Miro, and I'm the drummer.
Perfect. Group introduction. I like that. So you guys had the album release show last night for your new EP, Radical Blossom. How'd it go?
It went really well. We're also kind of recovering from that because what time did we get in? Like 2 in the morning. It went better than I even expected it would go, though. It's a really fun experience.
Absolutely. And that was at Comet right on Capitol Hill?
Yeah,
cool.
The Comet Tavern.
Nude opened, is that right? Or Nude Pop, I guess they're going by now.
What was that?
Nude Pop opened, right?
No, it was our friend Lures and then Land of Pines.
Okay, yeah. I confused those two because Nude Pop, I think, had posted something on Facebook and I thought they were part of it. But Lures, they just started up, 9 months ago as well? Something like that?
Yeah, I think they're pretty new also. They're a really great band.
Nice.
Yeah, we've been playing with them quite a bit, and they're always the super homies, so it's always really fun. They were really on point last night, too.
Absolutely. We were trying to play a show with them. My own band played in Hilliard's in Ballard, and they played, I think, the week before at Hilliard's, so I was bummed I didn't get to see their show, but I like the new stuff.
Word, I think we were there, too, yeah. If it was the Live at Hilliard's thing that they did, that was an awesome show with, I think it was like Sea Cats and Special Explosions, a bunch of other groups.
Definitely. Well, yeah, it'd be fun to play with them. Hopefully they'll come down here. But so for the new album, good response. Did people like it? Seem to like it?
Yeah, I believe so. They're very supportive of all of our friends and friends.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it's been getting a pretty good response. I would say it's just satisfying to see this EP go a little further than the first one. It feels like we worked a little harder and it's paying off, sort of, in comparison to that.
Yeah, definitely. I actually didn't realize that you guys had put out another EP before this. I thought this was the first one. But
yeah, that EP was kind of just like our first shot at like getting some recordings out there, kind of in a more studio type setting rather than like a demo setting. And we were like really happy with the songs at the time. But I think just the kind of like past few months, like playing more with each other and like knowing what the studio was like and all that stuff, we were definitely able to like kind of like fill out the instrumentation a little bit more. So we definitely had a really good time this time around recording.
Yeah, and it sounds excellent too. I've been digging it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's funny. Like this, it's always hard to stay at a steady pace sometimes because, like, even at this release show for our new EP, we played like 3 new songs, and we were super hyped on that. And always thinking about the next thing and everything.
We barely played our old one.
Yeah.
And so can you give us maybe a little background on this last EP, when you started writing it, how it came to be, and when you recorded it? I know it just kind of released recently, but what was fill us in on the background a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So we started recording this last summer, and we started with Hanford Riviera, which was our song about the Hanford nuclear site.
Yeah.
And was planning on making that our single, and then recorded Feel This Way, and instantly decided to make that one the one we pushed first, and that's the one we have the music video coming out for soon. And then the other 2, Mars and Runner, just we wrote around the same time, so we kind of wrote all these songs in a short time period, and just were happy with them, so we put them all on there, and decided to keep it short but sweet.
Yeah, package them up, have something to show for it.
Yeah.
We
thought that Feel This Way would be a really good single, but then Hanford's gotten some extra attention just because people in the region have been I don't know if pleasantly surprised, but people have just been like intrigued because it's about the nuclear site.
Definitely. I mean, that's a super interesting thing that I feel like Washingtonians we know about, but I don't think most people know outside of the state. It seems like there's not.
Yeah, I know.
Did you guys see that Fukushima report? It was like 2 weeks ago or something. It was that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And
Terrifying.
Oh my
gosh. Unfortunately, the song has started to feel like very timely.
Oh, I know.
With just the news we've been reading lately about both Fukushima and Hanford, because they've had some, I don't know what you call them, like warning, I don't know, like red alert, basically going on lately. So the song has just become more relevant since we wrote it.
Yeah, it's a terrifying concept, but at least you can channel it through song. The good news, I heard that Fukushima report, the one like probably not the same one you guys are thinking about with the infographic coming across the Pacific, but I guess that was they like pitched it differently than actually the data represented. So I think that was like about wave heights in 2011 or something. But maybe that's maybe that's me trying to believe something that makes me feel better too. So it could be.
Well, I don't want to stop eating fish and chips and sushi anytime soon, so I'll be happy to believe that.
So we've got his priorities in mind.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta get those priorities balanced. So I think that one thing that's I immediately when you sent it over to me, the first song, I think 2 months ago or something like that, it's just like very upbeat, good vibes. I don't know. Positive music, I would say, not a like Spiritual Life Radio 94.5 kind of thing, but it's just like a very I don't know, pleasant tone to it. And I was thinking, amongst sort of the Pacific Northwest lineage, I guess you had sort of the like Built to Spill, angsty, Modest Mouse era, and then kind of came in that Fleet Foxes and Head in the Heart and acoustic thing, and then maybe the soul thing. But I guess it was pretty refreshing to hear this amidst all the possibly seasonally affected music that's just bright sunshine. I think Tangerine reflects it awesome, the music in general. But have you guys heard that before? Is that something that you've been told it's kind of unique for Seattle?
Definitely, that's something we've encountered. We didn't really like consciously make a decision to sound that way, so we weren't really necessarily expecting it. But yeah, people often seem like, oh wow, like you make pop music, like it's a slightly foreign concept almost. But
exactly, yeah.
I mean, just for the region, I don't know. Sometimes I would say that we kind of feel like we're a West Coast band as opposed to specifically a Pacific Northwest one, just because of the way our music ends up sounding.
Yeah, I felt like it. You know, if you would told someone that you were whatever Los Angeles band, that probably would have been more believable. But
yeah, also.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like I love a lot of that Pacific Northwest music. I've made those type of albums too, but I think it was just like I said, refreshing to hear that something that was upbeat instead of.
No, we're definitely glad to hear that perspective because we kind of feel the same way. It's nice to be making sunny music in such a dark place.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems ridiculous, but like when I moved down to the Bay last November, I was just joking everyone every day about I'm just like all chipper in the morning when I wake up and it's sunshine and 60 degrees. But I think there's no way to deny that music is influenced by the weather around, like weather changes mood sort of thing.
Yeah, I think we were affected by the weather in a way, but as opposed to like embracing it, like just having lived here our whole lives, at least for me, it makes me want to write sunnier music because I've just been in like this overcast, like rainy climate for so long. But the music is just a nice way to, yeah.
Absolutely. Do you guys know Brainstorm in Portland?
What's that?
The band Brainstorm, they're from Portland. Are you guys familiar with them?
No.
So they're really awesome. You should check them out. But they released a single. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. Really catchy single, but it was in like January. And basically the whole concept was they were in Portland, felt the same way, and they were trying to make kind of an escapist song to longing for summer. But I thought that was a funny thing. Yeah, but tangent. Anyways,
Google them.
Yeah, we'll look them up.
Yeah, they're great. They actually played at our South by Southwest showcase, and NPR came and covered it, which I was going to mention too. You guys, like, I got that press release, and they did the interview with NPR first. That's awesome. But how did that come about? That's huge.
It came about because of Hanford Riviera. They were interested in that angle, and they basically were just like, oh, we've never heard of a pop song about this topic before, so we'd love to hear how it came about. So I just went in, did the interview, and a lot of people, I think, found out about us from that interview that normally wouldn't. Like people in the science community. The governor ended up like tweeting about it. He was like, "I'm concerned, and there's lots of work to do." Which is awesome because we don't know anything really about it. We just wrote a pop song about it. But we're happy to be part of like a positive message, I guess, of awareness.
It's pretty crazy too that you go in and write that song for your own sake, and then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, like the governor is tweeting about it, and all the ways that you try to get music press, like hiring a publicist or doing X, Y, and Z. That's probably not the first one you would have assumed would work.
Yeah.
But if it does, then
it's just like, holy shit, people actually listen to our lyrics. Like people actually listen to our music.
Oh yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Like it's sometimes hard to imagine that people would. People out there actually listening to your lyrics and stuff.
And are those lyrics
the only reason? Sorry.
Oh, go for it.
I was just going to say, it's interesting on that same tip because the only reason why the lady from NPR heard about it because she heard it played on KXP, and that was just like the first time they played that song, and then, everybody's listening, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Somebody.
And, it's crazy because I think a lot of, like another example, Nude Pop, they met L1011, and then all of a sudden they're touring with them, and I think that worked out really well. And then I'm just run through Seattle examples like Alan Stone. He was on Chihuahua Dude from Eastern Washington, and then he's on Conan O'Brien playing and didn't have a record label. It was like his first album. And it's crazy because I think there's a number of Seattle bands, and you could say nationwide too, but without label, without a lot of support, are making crazy leaps. And like when I got that email that you guys are on NPR, that seems like another huge one that, 2 EPs in, and like you said, the first one, you kind of hoped that it would have been more well received, but that's a huge leap, I would say, just to say, hey, NPR, that's like a big resume thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's...
People want to see our research.
Do you feel like that's...
We're like, there's no research.
Absolutely. Oh, that's depressing. But and are the lyrics for Hanford Riviera online? Are there anywhere that I'll repost those if people want to check them out with this, but...
I don't think that they are, but I feel like that's probably something we should post.
Or also just like some really mistranslated version on guitarchords.com that are like, a bastardization of what you actually wrote. That happens a lot too.
Oh, I don't know, but I guess we could post them like on our SoundCloud, right? You can do that.
If you have them, I'll post them on too, but that way people can read them more and, read what you were thinking.
Yeah. No, I think definitely makes people connect more with the music when they can understand what's being said.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's ahead for you guys? Are you going to tour this album, or what's coming?
It's a good question.
It's always a question, right?
Like, what's that?
It's always a question, right? As a band.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think in this period, we got a lot of really good feedback from the first EPs, and then we didn't want to do a full length after that, so we thought another collection of 4 songs would be good. I think just kind of how we've been informally talking, we eventually want to release a full length, just don't know when or how we're going to do it. It's been a lot of kind of just upward trajectory in terms of people finding out about us and playing cooler shows with really awesome people. And yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, that's definitely a huge goal of ours is a tour. I don't know.
We gotta save some money before we do that.
Yeah.
I just had the band Autonomics are in my living room. They said the last 2 nights they were playing down here, and we're just talking about that, where the realities of a touring band are money. Money comes into play.
Yeah, definitely.
It sure does.
But I think you're on that's a wise track to keep playing live shows and then do the 2 EPs, because making a full length is an intensive process, especially if you do it well, I think. So it's just a major bummer if you do all that work and then release it and then you don't get the response you want. But if you're doing smaller EPs and keeping busy and playing, it seems like that's a good way to get traction.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a good way to just constantly keep releasing stuff too.
I feel like that's kind of a changing format now where, traditionally the album was the way to go, but a lot of bands, it seems, in the internet era, just putting out a few songs or maybe an EP or something like that, that's a more more efficient way to do it.
Yeah, I am actually, personally, I can't really speak for the rest of the group, but I really like the period of time when albums were
you would expect like a 16 to 18 song something album like in the 90s and stuff. I love that. And
18 songs.
I'm not making any promises, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like,
Tangerine's
EPs are great
debut.
for what we're doing right now, but I really do want to do, like, I think we're pretty excited about creating a full length at some point. We just need to find the right time and, I guess, the right medium and way to go about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's definitely something to be said for, like, a large batch of songs, like 14 songs, that have all, like, you've put, like, thought into how they all connect with each other, just
Absolutely.
having the album experience.
Yeah.
So we do want to create that for people at some point.
So look out, the full length will be 25 songs, probably, like, next week or something. Cool.
Yeah, I'm talking
2
stadium,
volumes.
Arcadium, double disc.
Yeah, definitely double disc.
The debut double album. I like that.
But in terms of, like, the near future, we just have, like, we're taking a little break for a little while. Miro's going on a little vacation. But then we're playing a Halloween show at Barboza on
nice.
October 29th.
I really like that spot.
Very nice.
So we're really excited because Barboza is a venue that we've always wanted to play. So we're, like, just super excited to be headlining a show there. And Lures are joining us again, which will be fun.
I went there for Capitol Hill Block Party last year, and I was really impressed with that venue. It seems it's just great. Good spot.
Yeah, really good addition to that neighborhood.
Completely. Yeah, hopefully you guys get down to California. I'd love to see the live show maybe in the Bay sometime. After the 25 song album
we love that, yeah.
Definitely. Cool.
Yeah, we all love California.
It's a great spot, definitely. I think your music would be at home, too.
Sweet. Yeah,
Awesome. Well, Tangerine, you guys, check it out. Radical Blossom, new EP out. We'll have that on the site as well. But thank you guys very much for joining us, and best of luck with the release.
Awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Likewise. Talk soon.
Take it easy.
Bye.